Hey guys, I'm Eric from Mindful Trader. This video is about how you can upload my Thinkorswim grid setup. So the skin that you're seeing on the screen, when you open Thinkorswim out of the box, it doesn't come looking like this. And so I did some work to configure it this way. Thinkorswim is the trading platform that I use to make my stock and futures trades. And I have a trade alert service through Mindful Trader, and this is the platform I use. And so some people have said they wish they could just have their Thinkorswim look just like mine. You don't have to use Thinkorswim to follow my trade alerts, but if you do choose to use Thinkorswim, this video shows you how to use the same exact look and setup within your Thinkorswim. Okay, so first of all, on the web page where you saw this video, or if you saw this through YouTube, I'll have a link at the bottom in the description, I should say, that links you to that web page. There is a URL, and I'm going to drag it here into my screen. This is the URL, and it's kind of funny. On the web page, on the Mindful Trader website, you might notice it's not a clickable URL, and that's because you're not going to click it. And I'll show you why in a second. But keep in mind that you're gonna be looking for that URL on that page. It should be pretty obvious. And I'm gonna hide this over here and now show you what you're gonna do with that. So once you're in Thinkorswim, you're gonna click Setup and Open Shared Item. And then you're gonna take that URL and you're gonna paste it, oops, you're gonna paste it right into that URL box right there. And it is pretty simple. So all you do is Control C if you're on a Windows program, Apple C if you're on a Mac, and then Control V if you're in Windows, or Apple V if you're on Mac. Or you could just hand type it in if you wanted to. It's not that long of a URL, although it is a little funky looking. And then you click Preview. It'll kind of load the preview of what this thing looks like, and then you click Import. And what's going to happen, it showed up on a separate window here. I'm going to drag it over. This thing just popped up all of a sudden. And this is a kind of a separate window that, as you can see, shows this same kind of grid, which is how Thinkorswim refers to this, basically the setup of the charts page. They call it a grid. So now that we have this open, we need to take one more step. We need to save it. And this little button up here is for grids. And you can see I have some other grids that I use, other setups, in other words, for Thinkorswim. You may have others that you use. But basically, now that you've imported it, you need to save it. And so you go down, Save Flexible Grid As, and this popped up a window that also showed up on my other monitor. And this already has a layout called Mindful Trader Shared Version. You can, name it whatever you want. Super Top Secret Awesome Grid, maybe. That could be nice. Save it. And now you could close this if you want. And you'll notice this is my original screen, my original, instance of the software here. And you can see now within my grid selection, and again, the grid selection is this little icon here. You click it, and sorry, my phone, there's a text message coming in. It's not nearly as important as this video. Super Top Secret Awesome Grid is right there. And so I can switch to that, and it loads it. It happens to be the same grid I was just showing you anyway, so it's the same thing, but that's how you go about getting it installed into your system. And then from that point forward, you can open it and look at it anytime. I have another video that shows you why I think this is a good setup and why it covers all your bases, specifically for the alert service that I offer. And you can see that by looking at my other videos or going to my website and finding it there. If you have questions of any sort about where to find that video or about anything else, I would love to help. You can email me at eric@mindfultrader.com. Thanks, guys.